On September 6, the Presidential Election Petition Court dismissed former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's petition seeking to nullify the election of Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress (APC). That decision was the first leg of the legal tussle, as the Constitution permits the case to be appealed at the Supreme Court. Atiku, who is the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the February 25 polls, is convinced that the APC presidential candidate is encumbered by perjury allegations in becoming the president of Nigeria and is leaving no stone unturned to convince the courts to accept his case. He has therefore filed an appeal at the Supreme Court to set aside the decision of the appeal court, and he is hoping to provide additional facts to back up his case. In doing so, Atiku had requested documents to back his allegation against Tinubu bordering on forgery of his Chicago State University CSU certificate, this being one of the allegations dismissed by the Presidential Election Petition Court. The admissibility of such fresh evidence by the Supreme Court is another issue, but Atiku is moving ahead as he strongly hopes to reintroduce the issue of forgery backed with documents obtained from the CSU in his appeal, which he is pursuing at the Apex Court to counter the judgment of the Election Court. The judgment of the District Court in Northern Illinois, which okayed the release of the academic records of Tinubu to Atiku, seems to have given access to a lot of information, key of which before now were viewed as baseless allegations. The information on Tinubu's gender, for instance, is quite intriguing, even though the Nigerian president's legal team had previously blamed his being represented as female to clerical error rather than forgery. With the academic records now made available, it's no longer a question of whether President Bola Tinubu attended Chicago State University, as the registrar affirmed that a certain Bola A. Tinubu indeed attended the university, quote, from August 1977 through June 1979, and was awarded a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with honors on June 22, 1979. The deposition of the CSU documents to U.S. court was still ongoing at the time of filing this report. However, the problem for Atiku is that the Supreme Court is not an evidence court. Though the Supreme Court rules Order 2, paragraph 12, subparagraph 1 to 3 provides for some flexibility in terms of allowing fresh evidence at the Apex Court, legal analysts, however, say that is not the case in electoral matters, insisting the door remains shut to new evidences. But the question that is not likely to go away soon is whether the APC presidential candidate submitted forged documents to Nigeria's electoral body INEC in the build-up to the presidential election, and what is the likely implication if that happens to be true. Godfrey Eshemoge, Arise News.